Hey everyone, Giancarlo here, and today we are playing episode 10 of our FM 2016 Manchester City game. If you've been watching up to now, you'll know that today is a huge episode in our challenge to win the quadruple because we are playing Juventus in the first leg of our Champions League last 16 knockout match, but we're also in our second match of the game of the episode going to be playing Chelsea in the Capital One Cup final. But before all that, we've got the FA Cup quarter-final draw after beating Charlton 5-1. So let's see who we're going to pull out. You can see there's still a few big teams in there. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, the main threats. Not too many easy matches, but we'd hope for the Ipswich or Aston Villa tie would be quite nice. But let's jump in and see how we're doing. Here is the tie that we want. But it goes to Crystal Palace. That means there'll be an easy-ish team in the semi-finals. We are going to be playing at home, and we are against Liverpool. So that is quite a big tie. Arsenal and Chelsea both likely to go through. Leicester might give Arsenal a challenge at the King Power, but we need to worry about our own match first. Liverpool will be difficult, even if we are at home. They are one of the title-chasing teams, so we need to be prepared for that and make sure we put in a very good performance at home. First though, we've got this huge match away at Juventus' stadium. This is going to be very difficult. We're not 100% fresh. Some of our players are, some of them not so much. It is our strongest team. David Silva dropping into the centre of midfield. Kondogbia is back in at CDM. I think this is as good as it gets for us. We need to make sure that we get an away goal. I'd imagine we'll probably lose this. I'm hoping it's only by 2-1 so that we can turn it around. I will expect to win by a few goals at home, hopefully with a clean sheet as well. So one away goal I think will be enough, hopefully two if we can get it. Result not too important, it's making sure that we don't get beaten by 2-3-0 and then let Juventus score an away goal and put the tie beyond our reach before we even start the second leg. So hopefully Aguero can have his shooting boots on and we'll do quite well today. Fairly even game so far. I think Juventus have had the better chances. David Silva giving the ball away there in the middle of the field. So one thing I expect him not to do when we drop him into centre mid. But here come Juventus. Lichtsteiner clean through to Dybala and they have got the lead. Juventus 1-0 up. We thought they'd probably get a goal or two today. We need to make sure we score and get that away advantage. There's not been much action here in the second half, but Aguero's picked out Toure. Can we string together some passes? Juventus have got the ball back. Paul Pogba now, looking to create something. Bonucci's played that ball over the top. Dybala's been allowed through by Vincent Kompany, who's not had the best game. Does clear it out that time, but even then it's not gone out of play. Zabaleta, possibly the last chance of the match. De Bruyne's put it wide, and that will be the end of this game. Only 1-0. I thought it could be worse. We didn't get the away goal, which means in the return leg at the Etihad, if Juventus score, we will have to get 3 goals. I think that's well within our means, but I am not happy that we failed to score and that we lost the game today. Getting the goal was what I wanted most, but Yaya Toure and Sergio Aguero both had really poor matches. I tried to bring on Sterling and Iheanacho late on, but too late to make an impact. Poor performances from quite a few key players today, which is disappointing, but hopefully they can turn it around at the Etihad and we can get through this tie just like we did in the two-legged semi-final of the Capital One Cup. Well, this is it. This is the big one. We're in the Capital One Cup final. We are playing Chelsea. It's not going to be easy. Chelsea are not having the best season in the Premier League, so I imagine they're going to be taking this final quite seriously with a full-strength lineup, just like we've got. I think that we can win this match today. We've already beaten Chelsea this season. I think we can do it again here. We've put our quadruple on a knife edge in the Champions League against Juventus by losing that first leg 1-0. We went into that game on a 9-match winning streak in all competitions, so that put us down at number 10. But hopefully we'll be able to turn that result into a positive here, get the players fired up, get the victory at Wembley, and take home the first of 4 pieces of silverware this season. Here we go, Toure with a free kick. It's saved and Zuma clears it. Our first real chance of the match. Here we are again. We are totally dominant so far in this match. Zabaleta, can he find the right cross? He picks out Aguero. It's come for Florenzi, and Florenzi's done it. We're ahead in the final. 1-0. We are controlling this match and beating Chelsea. We just need to keep this up for the next 60 minutes and win the game. Bring the trophy home. David Silva's free kick right before half-time. He's found Otamendi. There's Yaya Toure. It's 2-0. Look at the dominant statistics there. We've had 10 more shots, 9 of which were on target. Chelsea have yet to get a shot on target. We are 2-0 up at Wembley at half-time, and it looks like we are halfway to getting our first piece of silverware. The first of 4. Come on, boys, let's do this. Last minute of normal time. Burnett on the ball. Can he get a cross in? It's come for Yaya Toure, who finds Aguero, who's onside, and there it is. That's a humiliation. It is 3-0. Sergio Aguero now has 26 goals this season, and we have got our first trophy. Absolutely brilliant performance from the team. I was worried this might be very nervy, possibly a penalty shootout, but instead we've comprehensively won the match, and I am very happy. The first of 4 pieces of silverware as we look to complete the quadruple. Back down to earth now with a game against Watford in the Premier League. Playing a slightly weakened team after that cup final. I'm not too worried about losing this match, but we do have a big derby game against Manchester United after this, so I don't want everybody being absolutely knackered going into that after the exhaustion of winning our first trophy. Kalichi and Iheanacho's leading the line. Sterling gets the start on the left after a good performance as a substitute in the final. Kondogbia moves up the pitch so Fernando can drop into defensive midfield. John Stones at right back. Otherwise, it's a pretty standard team. Moussa Sissoko in there for good measure. And this team should be more than good enough to beat Watford. Our first highlight here with De Bruyne finding Sterling. It's in, and Vincent Kompany just about gets that in there. Defender on the line nearly cleared it away, but we have taken the lead. And we should comfortably win this match. Not the most exciting match we've been in this season, but we've avoided the draw and ground out the win for another 3 points, like we've done so many times this season, and we can move on to that Manchester derby. Following our last match, the game actually highlighted that we've broken a new Premier League record by winning 15 games in a row now in the Premier League. So if we beat our rivals today, we will extend that to 16 wins in a row. All of our draws and defeats have come in other competitions. Luckily, none of them have knocked us out yet. But that is quite a record if we just look at our schedule. Now you can see. What a record. That one defeat getting in the way there from Watford, but otherwise absolutely phenomenal performances, especially against the bigger clubs. And we're against one today with Manchester United. I think we've probably won the league, but I'm still going to take these derby games very seriously. So it's a full strength squad going out there before the Leicester match. I think we'll probably rest our players for the Leicester game, ready for the FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool, and then the Juventus second leg where we desperately need to get a win. So a few very difficult games here, but the Manchester derby will always be important. David Silva with a free kick. Easy take for De Gea. You can look to get the ball out here for United. Still very early in this match. We've already had a yellow card. Florenzi puts that forward to De Bruyne. We're not giving up possession yet. Aguero finds Silva. He's in behind. And Darmian has clattered David Silva. We've got a penalty. It's been a while since we had the last one after having so many early on this season. But Yaya Toure is collecting the ball. He's going to get this penalty. We've still scored every penalty we've taken so far this season. So we need Yaya to step up and do it again. And he does. It's 1-0 at Old Trafford. His 12th goal of the season, despite being over 30 years old. And we are set to win this derby match. Corner though from Mata. Cleared out. They'll have another chance. He's found Schneiderlin. There's Schweinsteiger, and it is 1-1 inside 6 minutes. What a game we've got so far. United on the attack again. They've been the better team so far. Put the ball in. Luan's there. And I think Joe Hart was completely wrong-footed as Luan managed to get the header into the bottom corner. Joe Hart's so slow to get across his goal. Juan Mata now puts it in. There's Schweinsteiger. It is 3-1. This is getting a little bit embarrassing for us. We did humiliate United when they came to our stadium, and it seems like they're set to do the same to us. Here's Romagnoli. Can he get the ball in? He's looking for Sissoko again. 3 United players around him. Otamendi finds Torre though. Now Florenzi. Out to Romagnoli. Nobody around him. Being closed down, but Kondogbia can step forward and find him again. He puts it into Sissoko. The ball's there, and David Silva's put it in to make it 3-2. Surely we can't turn a 3-1 deficit into a win. Here's Dudu. Company clears it. Dudu again. Florenzi trying to win the ball there. Instead, United still passing it around the midfield. There's Juan Mata. Otamendi. Oh, Martial with a fake. Otamendi, I thought might have given away a penalty. It didn't matter. Schneiderlin was there to slot the ball home for 4-2. I was talking before the game about how we'd been on a 15-match winning streak in the Premier League. That has now ended against our rivals. Luckily, we'll have the last laugh. We will win the league. I have no doubt about that. But I am unhappy that we didn't manage to get the win for the fans today. There are just 10 games left in the Premier League season. After this, there'll only be 9. We are 10 points clear, though. Leicester down in 10th place. I'd expect us to get a win today, so I am resting a few key players. As you can see, Sterling and Sissoko coming in down the wing, Romagnoli in centre-back, Fernando in at DM with Kondogbia pushed further forward. Interesting to note that Barcelona were knocked out of the Champions League by PSG. They were beaten 7-0 in Paris. PK sent off, but not till the 92nd minute, so they were already 7-0 down by that point. They must have completely imploded. So Arsenal and PSG have gone through in the first final results of the last 16. But we need to worry about the Premier League. We need to worry about getting back on track after losing to United and getting 3 more points on the board to see out this title. Fernando now, as we look to come through the middle. Can we find the right pass? It's cleared out and Leicester can counter-attack here. Jamie Vardy with pace to burn. Rounds the goalkeeper and it's 1-0 to Leicester. We could be looking at back-to-back Premier League defeats at just the wrong time. You only have to look at the stats to see we've been much the better team today. Dominated possession, shots and shots on target. Leicester have scored with their only shot on target in this match. But here's Wilfried Bony. He has got through. Now Raheem Sterling. Can he pick out the cross? He's looking for Florenzi. And we finally do the stats justice. Alessandro Florenzi there to get us back on level terms with 10 minutes to try and win this match. Looks like this will probably be the full-time whistle. We have failed to get the win here. As Leicester come forward. We could yet lose, but Bernat has done enough there. Now Sterling. I think it's too late for us to launch counter-attack. Although Wilfried Bony is through, but that is it. It's finished 1-1. We managed to avoid the loss after going behind, but not really good enough. We are letting it slip. Maybe a bit of complacency given we were so far ahead in the league. We're now down to 8 points when we could have been 13. Not ideal at all, but we've got 9 games left. We're 8 points clear. I would have taken that at the start of the season. It leaves us in a good place. We have been resting players for big matches in the league, which explains why we are maybe dropping points, but a few key games to come up quite soon. Next up is the match against Liverpool. We are at home for that, so I'd expect us to get a win, and that should set us up for the confidence of overturning our 1-0 defeat against Juventus, again at home. But most importantly this episode, we are a winner of the Capital One Cup. 1 of 4 sections complete on this page. This section is pretty much there. It's all about these 2 now. What can we do and can we win them? But that will be all for this episode. Quite an exciting one. That first piece of silverware coming in. If you have enjoyed watching us win a trophy, do leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you want to see how we do in the next few matches. But that's all for now. Thanks very much. See you next time.